Yo, what's up, family? What's up, friends? This is not financial advice. OG Larry with a little stock market navigation that might be able to help you change your life. Now, a few weeks ago, I put Bloom Energy on everybody's radar that might have watched the video, and they didn't watch it. Maybe they'll go back and check it out and see what I was saying about Bloom Energy 4 or 5 weeks ago, when it was one of the earlier stages of my channel. I haven't been doing this very long, but even in the very beginning, I was talking about Bloom Energy. It was at about $106, and now Bloom Energy is up to over $149.50. So if you would have paid attention then, you would have been in on a company where you would have made a nice profit by now, and you would be in a position to take profit, still own the company, and have a cash reserve to deploy later on, with whether on a pullback or whatever. So that's just one example of the type of energy and the type of companies that I find and bring to this channel. So if you appreciate getting companies early on, not when people are late to the show. I seen Chris Sane put a video out yesterday or earlier today where he's late to the show, just now talking about Bloom Energy when it's $149.50. When I was telling you about it, it was $106. So go back and check that video out. And it's another one that I put out on your radar maybe a month or so ago, and it's Coreweave, ticker symbol CRWV. Check it out. I did a video on that for my small account hustle, and it was Coreweave was around 60, 70s and something like that, and I put it on people's radar. And right now Coreweave's up to 100, and Coreweave is even a better buy right now than Bloom Energy is, because Coreweave on a pullback, I'm probably going to get in, because every company that I do analysis on and do videos on, I don't buy all of them companies. Sometimes I trade them because I also do day trading, among other things that I do in the finance space. But I can't buy every company that I'm gonna put on your radar. But I can do research on these companies. They can get on my radar. I do a fundamental analysis on these companies, and then I do a video about it to give everybody else a chance to see what I saw. And if they think that it's a good investment, then they can make that decision with their partner, with their family, or their financial advisor, whoever. I'm just somebody that's coming here to give y'all the information, doing a little homework for you so you can copy my paper and then write down the answers, because in writing down the answers, you're going to get that information. And if that information adds up, then you might get an A on a test. You know what I'm saying? So that's an analogy, but I do a lot of research and I do a lot of analysis on these companies. I'm in this market almost every day that it's open, and the days that it's not, I'm studying, doing research, looking for plays, looking for companies. Just, it's just what I do. It's my calling, so to speak. So remember that Bloom Energy, Coreweave that I put on your radar, and anything that I put on your radar and anybody else, then do your own analysis, do your own research. They call it doing due diligence. Know what the PE ratio is. That's price to earnings. Say, for instance, a company makes the stock price is $50 and the earnings per share is $5. Divide 5 by 50 and divide 50 by 5. So you got a $10 price to earning ratio. That means every $10, that means the investors are paying $10 for every dollar the company earns. So you want to match their PE ratio up and see what it stacks up with other companies in the industry. So and real quick on the educational side, a quick list of things that you want to know about a company before investing in it. So a simple fundamental analysis checklist, and you can check off these 7 things when it comes to investing in a company. Revenue and earnings per share growing. Are they growing? Do they have healthy margins? Does the company have a strong cash flow? Is the company's debt reasonable? So you want to know how much they owe versus what their cash flow is, and what kind of cash they have on hand. So you want to know, does it have a fair valuation compared to peers? Look at other companies in the industry or in that space, and if his company's say, for instance, $188 like NVIDIA, but then you got APLD or a smaller company that's a growth company at $30 or $40, then or is that a clear competitive edge, or is they do different things in that same space, or is that the reason why? But that's just for an example, not to put a knock on APLD as a good company, as a growth company to invest in right now, because it is. So Don't get that twisted right there. And do they have a clear competitive advantage? This is where a company like APLD does come into play, because in their space, in the data center space, they have a clear competitive advantage because they're ready to work right now. You have other people trying to build data centers to catch up, to play catch up, but APLD has already gone from a $4 to $5 stock to a $35 to $40 stock. Right now, it's a stock that I made a killing in, and if it was to pull back to my buy zone again, I would get back in APLD. So just know fundamentals tell you the direction, and when it's time to do technical analysis, it tells you when the time. What time is it? Is it a good time to get in? So know these things along your journey as you become an investor, and tune in to GTradestv, because not only am I going to try to be early in some of these plays before they run up, unlike some people that are late to the party and slow to the show, put out videos based on what everybody else is talking about rather than what they did their own homework on or their own research on. So check me out, y'all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is just an update on Bloom and Coreweave, where they were, where they are, and like I said, on Coreweave, I will wait for a pullback, and I will be in Bloom Energy. I will wait for a significant pullback, because it already hit the target out when it was at 106, and I had it priced going at 147. Check the video out, and it already hit that target. So that will be one that might be significant down the road as a good investment, but it would have to come back down a significant amount for me to get in it as an investment that I would buy into. Now, as a trade also, so just think about some of these things, some of these companies when I put these videos out, and these companies are in good buy zones and undervalued, and get ready to make some money in 2026. Peace.